Hello, Star Wars Galaxy of Hero players, and Atish Ordo here. Today, I'm going to be talking about one Imperial and a few Imperial droids that could come to Galaxy of Heroes. I know this is going to be kind of a little mini thing. It'd be kind of cool to see these characters. Yes, it would delve into Rebels TV show. However, I don't see a problem with that. Why? Because it gives us some more content from the Rebels show, but in a unique form that boosts various droid teams. Imperials only have two droids at this moment in time. Imperial Probe Droid and Dark Trooper. All the other droids are, that's it, So I'm going to be talking about a couple of them. So first, I'm going to talk about this guy here. This guy is going to be the leader of these Imperial droids. He would be just an Imperial droid leader. And now, I'm going to step in and talk a little bit about Lobot while they do this, though, if they ever did this. So the character's name is LT319. He's that guy that looks like Lobot, and he sabotages Chopper on the episode of the while he's on that little spy intelligence Gazanti class cruiser with all the huge satellite dish type things, radar dishes and stuff. So he's that guy, but he's basically the Imperial version of. He also kind of reminds me of Urzatron. But yeah, he reminds me of, Urzatron because he's, Urzatron's tried wearing glasses with his little Lobot setup, and it was kind of cool. But, he'd be the Imperial version of Lobot, essentially. But I would say rework kind of the leadership and have both leaderships kind of mirroring each other in some way. Or some, make it rhyme with each other, kind of like how George Lucas says. But, where they have some sort of they both get speed, and then one does, something, and the other does kind of the opposite, whatever works, like potency, tenacity, crit chance, crit damage, whatever the stats are in the leaderships. And then make it to where droid allies get this amount. And maybe they could have half, whatever the stat is. Say for example, say it's 20 speed for droid allies. It would be doubled for rebel droids for Lobot's situation, rebel droids or Imperial droids for the LT guy, or half that for that faction. So for a Lobot here, for example, it would be droid allies, say for example, they have 20 speed, double for rebel droid allies, and half that for other rebel allies. So rebel allies are going to get 10 speed, where of course, Lobot and LT would get the droid ally speeds as well. So Commander Luke Skywalker, he get 10 speed under this lead. However, just regular droids like Grievous would get, of course, they'd probably have it to where this is light side, the other one's dark side, or they just keep it droid allies and be kind of actually cool. It, doesn't take away from that. But then you double it for, say, so for in this instance, R2-D2 would get 40 speed, for example. That's kind of the example I would say. Aside from that, I don't have any other actual kit ideas for LT319, but it'd be kind of cool. Next, there's a couple of other droids. So we have I had to put these, all these droids in holders here so I could talk about these various characters. Because I don't remember these names. Like the DT Sentry droid, that is the droid that you actually see Thrawn training against. Thrawn is training against these droids. They are, they're kind of like Dark Trooper-esque droids. So these could be like the tank. These could be the tank of the faction for the Imperial droid faction. And then there's R2Q5. He's just the black R2-D2 unit. So he'd have a support role, kind of like R2-D2. He buffs droids and Empire allies, and then, double the stats for Imperial droid allies, as well as LT. And like I said, LT and Lobot will get whatever, they'll count as Imperial droids as well, just to, give some more synergy. And they should actually technically get the droid synergy because they have that little headpiece. They're not actual droids, but 3 Baka is only carrying a droid, but he's a droid. So if they're going to do that, they might as well do that with Lobot and LT 319. Next is the EXD Infiltrator droid, the assassin droid that Zeb has to fight when the whole rest of the Phoenix crew flies off. Um, yeah, it would be interesting to see that droid make it into the game, breathe in some new life. He has a stealth character. Like maybe he has a mode change where he's in his protocol mode and he's a support there. But then when he goes into the attack mode, he gets, like 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 the protocol mode, he has, 75% less offense and adds that into defense. And then it's vice versa for when he's in offense mode. So it kind of plays with his numbers a little bit. It'd be kind of interesting. Next would be AP5. Now, some of you would be like, AP5 is a droid that's Chopper's friend, as you will. Yes. However, he served as all the factions. He can actually be tagged and be a unique feature. And he could probably just get the dark side tag but anyway, so he started off in Galactic Republic. Well, he's a droid first off. Yeah, first and foremost, he's a droid. But then he was first in the Galactic Republic. So that part makes sense. However, AP5 also, he served the Empire. He served the Empire. So he could actually get an aspect of, supporting the Empire that way. And he could, even though he'd be like a light side droid, he can have like the little, what's it called? Let's go in real quick. This part here, it's just quicker if I do it this way. ARC Trooper. This little type of a thing where it doesn't add anything to the galactic power, etc. It's just an explanation type thing. But it would say in there is if an Imperial is in the leader slot, he's a dark side, and this way he allows him to actually, he'd be one of the few, or they could actually make him a neutral class. Like he's light side every other time, but then he's dark side if he's under an Imperial lead. But then, yeah, again, he supports the Imperials, not as much as he would support, Rebels or Phoenix, which would be the other two factions he would be a part of. But, that would be kind of interesting to see come into Galaxy of Heroes. Next is the Imperial Security Droid, the IMP Security Droid, which is pretty much K2SO. Now, they would have to do a rework to K2SO to make him a little different. They'd have to give him a little different of a facial feature, but I still would like this character come in as an Imperial. But what they could do different is they'd give him a third ability, which one that also boosts the ship's viability. Cassia's Ewing's viability. So that's going to, kind of be a bonus for that side of things. But they're going to have like a form swap where where he swaps into the blaster rifle. He would have a form swap where he does this ability and this ability, but then he swaps and he gets Jyn Erso's blaster. And it would be like the thing would be like Jyn's blaster or something where Jyn, at the end of K2SO's life, the last thing he really held was Jyn's blaster. And, he was form swap into that. So he had a basic shot and then he'd have an AoE daze from the blaster pistol. And that would be really epic to see him, do that kind of aspect of, and the rest of his kit could still stay the same. He just counters and then maybe inflicts, instead of offense down, he inflicts defense down with it. Maybe some other stuff. So it'd be kind of a cool aspect to have him. And then you could, like I said, change have two different like facial features. Like maybe, I don't think it was red. I don't know if they had red. I'd have to rewatch, but, maybe have it to where the Imperial actually shows the red eyes, because this guy still has the Imperial logos on him because he infiltrated Imperials all the time. So Imperial bases. So yeah, I don't know, that would be kind of a cool aspect to bringing some new droids, bringing some new life to Galaxy of Heroes. So you'd be essentially bringing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 characters. 6 characters. They don't need to be required for anything. It would give the Empire a little new faction to work with outside of what characters they have right now. Plus, it would give because Dark Trooper would probably stick with Imperial Troopers, even though I feel like Probe Droid would be cool to see as an Imperial Trooper, even though he's not. It would just give him some life. But, they'd have to rework Imperial Probe Droid as well. But still, have Probe Droid have some use again. he hasn't really had much use. And when he did, it was just when they'd set it up to where you have Thrawn super fast, swap to Palpatine. Palpatine would do his healing ability, which would drain probe droid's health down below 100%. So it would trigger the self-destruct mechanism effect of his kit, and he would blow something up. He wouldn't do any AoE clearing of the field. He would just blow something up to get it out of the way. And it would continue on from there. I think it was part of the Traya meta. I don't remember, but yeah, that was what he did until, that self-destruct got outclassed by relics, even though they need to, buff that up so that, it's based on his relic level too. Kind of like what they did with Rey. So, but I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Would you like to see some of these droids make it to the game? I know time and money is based on what Capital Games is likely going to do, but I don't know. It'd be kind of cool to see some of these Rebels droids make it to the game, as well as one Rogue One character. But yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Thank you for watching, and you guys have a phenomenal day.